Well, over the last 12 months, we've had some significant failures from a number of top-end brands and boutique manufacturers. And they are Specialized, Canyon, Cannondale, Cervelo, and the boutique company Bastian Cycles. Well, let's roll that intro and let's find out how they've been progressing with the response to those failures. So let's have a look at what has actually been fixed. And the one that's on everyone's lips at the moment is the SL7 Tarmac. And whether you criticise what they've done or how they've done it, they actually have come out with a proper fix. They've had their dealers and their whole infrastructure set up to respond to the customer straight away with a replacement part, and the distributors are aware of it. It was all rolled out at once. So everyone knows what they have to do at the time of notification. So you just grab your Tarmac SL7, take it off to your dealer. They're going to pull it apart, do the checks and put the new components in, and you're ready to ride straight away. So they have actually done a very professional response, whether you want to say that they've known about it for some time or you don't like the new parts or whatever. They have actually responded to it in a pretty professional manner. And then we have the second group of companies. Now, this one would be Canyon and also Bastian Cycles. Now, they have acknowledged the failure straight off. The Canyon had the seat post failure and the handlebar failure, and they called a stop ride on the handlebar, and they're in the process of doing the repairs to both of those failures. And also, they actually offered people their money back or exchange or whatever. I'm not too sure what was given to those customers, because that was done basically by direct message. Now, I'm not too sure if that's all been resolved or not, because there's been no public statement from Canyon about have they actually completed, redesigned the handlebars, redesigned the seat post, and have that completed. Now, the other company is Bastian Cycles. They have said that they're going to investigate the Olympic bicycle stem failure, but I've had a look at on their Instagram where they have most of their pictures and information from their company, and I've seen nothing so far. So I don't know what's happening there, but if anyone from Bastian Cycles is watching, we would like to hear an update on what's going on with that investigation into that stem failure at the Olympics. And then we have the two other manufacturers, which is Cannondale and Cervelo. And the problem that they had there was identified by Leisure Technique, the company in Melbourne. They're a carbon bike repairer. And Rail from that company, very, very knowledgeable guy. He's worked in the composites industry for some time. And I do believe that he did a lot of work with Boeing in the aircraft industry. Now, he identified or had some customers bring some bikes in where the stop that stops you turning the handlebars too far has impacted the frame and failed the frames. And that's on the Cannondale and on the Cervelo, which is a similar steerer design. Now, both of the companies, Cannondale and Cervelo, acknowledging, hey, look, the item wasn't used as intended, and we're not going to stand by the warranty because the handlebars were turned too far and too hard, and that's not how it's designed to be used. So they're not going to stand by their product and their warranty. But what actually has happened is Rail has actually developed a fix for the Cannondale bikes, because he had so many coming in that people were saying, hey, look, I've got this bike's worth X amount of dollars and I've got to chuck it in the bin. So he's actually developed a repair to those bikes. And if you want to find out how that actually works, it's a very nice fix. He's used a titanium piece that he fits in to replace that part where it impacts. And he's done a really neat job with that. So those are the two companies that basically have said, hey, nothing to do with us, guys, and have stepped away from it or disassociating themselves with those failures. So in conclusion, if we look at all of these failures that we know about, there probably could be more. They're only the ones that I'm aware of. Then we actually have to say that Specialized, whether you say they should have got it right in the first place, or that the parts are not really the best design, whatever. And let's be real, these integrated systems, a lot of different manufacturers are going for different types of ways of solving that solution. So they are really not got a design that is really perfect yet. So we'll just have to see. Time will tell how that will pan out. But as far as a failure being identified, getting the bits to the customers, getting the customers' bikes fixed, getting them back on their bikes, you have to really hand it to Specialized. They've conducted themselves in a very professional manner in the way that they've responded to that failure or higher incident of failures in their frames than they would have expected. So Specialized, you've got to hand it to them a pretty good job. Now, we have the other companies which have recognised they've got some failures, which are taking some time to basically get back to their consumers, and that's Canyon and that's Bastian Cycles. Now, if anyone's aware that the Canyon solutions have been done, but they've done that on the sort of quiet with their customers, let me know. But I haven't heard any public statement from Canyon to say these fixes are fixed. Now the new seat post is out, the new handlebars are out, away we go. So I haven't heard anything official. So Canyon and Bastian Cycles still sit in the box, as far as I'm aware of, pending. And then we have companies like Cervelo and Cannondale that are basically distancing themselves from the failure and saying, hey, look, the bikes weren't used appropriately, and that's not a warranty issue, that's not a product failure issue. So we really have to look at the way that these companies are acting in the bicycle industry, and I think that some of the companies could have either responded quicker or responded in a goodwill nature and acknowledged that these failures are there or replace the frames for the end users, because these are very expensive items that people are paying for. So I think in general the reflection that I get on the bicycle industry is not that great, although some companies are not doing such a bad job at it. Well, anyway, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and leave your comments down below. What's your thoughts on these failures and how companies have responded to them? See you next vid, guys. Cheers.